I have been an artist since I was 11. So I have tons to show, and now I'm pretty serious about this. Whereas before, when I started this, I had just gotten injured, and I was just trying to start things out to try not to be depressed about having to live my new lifestyle. Today, I wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be painting a painting of my mom. This has been a rough month for me. February 26th was her birthday, and my birthday is March 26th. So we always used to celebrate together. She passed away May 2nd, 2019. So I'm actually going to be painting a painting of her. This is a picture of her when she was young, and I'm going to paint it. They have different rainbow paintings that I've seen other artists do, where they do more rainbowy type effects. So because this is black and white, I thought it would be fun to do something more rainbowish. So if you like this, please subscribe. Promise it won't be as bad as yesterday's video. I'm sitting at my kitchen table now. Like I said before, my shed that is 12 by 20, my last shed was 12 by 12, is being renovated. I just started the installation, and that's where I'll be doing videos and a whole bunch of art, and I'm making it into a great big studio. It's actually bigger than the dining room I'm in right now, so I'm really excited about it. So without further ado, we're gonna start painting, and this is my mom, Paula. I'm gonna do a rainbow effect on this, and it's gonna be a watercolor. I like to work in gouache. Right now I'm working in my journal because I don't have to worry about what I'm working on. I can just kind of go with it. And that's what I'm trying to do to hone in on my skills a little bit better. So, all right. Thank you. Subscribe. First, I like to spray down my water. Let it get a little bit of a, that's like that. Let it get a little bit ready so the colors can start getting a little bit easier to work with. What I want to do with this is I want to do more of a rainbow effect. So I'm going to spray my page a little bit. I do like to work dry on dry, but today I'm not going to, because I want to do more of a rainbow effect. And I like this book. It's by Colorways, Watercolor Animals. And this is what I like to use. It is a reference. It's a very good book if you're first starting out, to give you just a different breakup about, how to see color. I'm an impressionistic artist, so I like everything to be very colorful to an extreme. And it just makes things fun. And I just feel like when I'm doing art, I want it to be extreme. And that's the whole fun of it for me. Other people like to do things more of like, so it's perfect, like a photograph. But I always tell my customers and my students, if you want it to be perfect, then take a photograph. We're artists. Because a lot of people get a little bit intimidated when they are working with art. They say, oh no, I'm not an artist. And the only reason why they're saying that is because of the fact, the whole thing that they just want to be perfect. And you don't have to be perfect. You just have to have the feeling of wanting to create. That's what I think when it comes to art. So yeah, I'm not going to really worry about how I'm doing this. I'm just going to feel it. It made me a little sad, looking at my mom's picture. I'm not gonna lie. But I think that this is therapeutic for me. Like I said, I'm having a hard time this past month with this, being that it's my birth month and it's also hers was just passed. But it's so funny how when she first passed away, you know, I was devastated. I was like literally crippled of sadness. And now there are so many different times that I see signs. And honestly, you know, I always wanted to see signs. I always wanted to say that I saw signs because I wanted to believe it. But now I completely believe it. Ever since my mom passed, I've seen so many signs of her. My sister and I just went on a trip the weekend of her birthday, and it was just a small weekend birthday trip. And at the rental place, they said to me and her, do you guys want an upgrade to a sports car? And my sister looked at me and I looked at her and I go, heck yeah. Now, backstory, when my parents were first divorced, you know, my mom was still young. She was 36. And so she ended up selling the more family-ish car that she was left with when they were divorced. Probably because she felt like, you know, she wanted to be a rebel. And she bought her favorite car, which was a red Camaro. So we go out back to the rental place and they gave us a rental. We had no idea what color car, what kind of car, nothing. We go outside to the parking lot. They didn't tell us what kind it was. They hand us the keys and then they said, and then, you know, you hit the chirp button for the car so you know which one it is. And there it was, sitting there, a red convertible Camaro. So my sister and I, it didn't click with us till we started driving. And then I looked at her and I go, you're not good. This is a red Camaro. And she goes, yeah. And I go, that's Mom's favorite car. So it's so funny how these different things happen. And you know it has to be. It's more than a coincidence. You know what I mean? So that helps with grief. It really does. So if you're going through grief, just watch for the signs. They're there. I was raised Catholic, so, you know, of course, the way they tell us to believe is way different than like seeing a medium or anything like that. But I did right after my mom passed, and there were things that were so dead on, and this lady did not even know me. She didn't know that I was coming. Nothing. So it was pretty crazy. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just using dark colors just to go through to where the areas where, like her hair, for instance, is a darker, it's a darker area on the picture. It is black and white, this picture is. So you kind of just got to guess of what, you know, you can tell by the hues of the picture, you know, what is what, you know, what is a darker color or not, because of the hues from, you know, the contrast of the picture. So this is going to be more of a funky painting, something fun. Like I said, this is in my journal, so it's not like I'm going to be selling this or anything. I just wanted to do this just, I don't know, maybe a healing thing, you know, like help me heal, and just to feel, by looking at my mom's picture, it just reminds me of her. And I thought that's it, you know, that photograph is so beautiful. I had it enlarged at her funeral. So yeah, that's why I'm painting this one. And I'm just gonna do it all like crazy colors. because of the fact that I did wet on wet, you can see where it's coming out like spider webs, which looks kind of cool. A lot of times I don't paint like that when I do other paintings because I want it to be really precise, but this one I just wanted it to be just something free. So if you ever need to do a painting that you need to be free, this is definitely the way to do it, wet on wet, because it just flows and it goes right in there. I'm going to put a little pink on her cheek. I'm already liking how this is looking. It's looking kind of funky. And this is a quick painting to do, but I just wanted to show, you know, kind of a therapeutic thing for me today. I just wanted to share that with you, how I use art as art therapy sometimes too, and it really does help me. You know, I've painted when I've had breakups with boyfriends. I painted when I lost pets that I absolutely loved, and it really helped me a lot. So this is a technique I like to do in the background if I don't want a full painted background. I just put like a wet amount of paint, like I put water on my brush, and then I lightly dip it into the paint and I kind of roll it, and then I'll just tap the brush with my finger to get it on there. And then of course it went on her face, so I'm gonna take my paper towel that's a little bit damp, and then I'm just gonna lift it. If you do that and you catch it before it's completely dry, you can lift it with no problem. It might be on there a little bit, but that's all right. Like I said, this is just a therapeutic thing that I wanted to do today, because I've been missing my mom and I wanted to do something cool in honor of her today. And like I said, it's therapy, and I needed it. So if you need it, just do it. My mom had brown eyes, so I gotta at least do brown eyes. Okay.
Joelle.
Oh, I gotta answer that. There we go. So I'm gonna go right in here, do her little swirly. So right now I am using paint for this part, but a lot of the times I will outline things with a Sharpie black fine marker, and I may still do that. Actually, I know I'm going to still do that. I use the Sharpie marker to just make everything a little bit more defined. But right now I just kind of want to do this for right now, like this, because I'm just wanted it to be a little bit not as hard, because with Sharpie it is a little bit hard. And some of these areas that I might go in with a Sharpie marker, it would just be too hard on this area, the different areas that I am using paint for right now. So over here I want more of a gray. And so I used a little bit more water to gray that area that I'm using. And sometimes I use my finger. I use whatever tool I feel that will work. If it is my fingers, then that's what I'll use. Because sometimes the paper towels is a little bit too much and it takes too much off, and you don't want it all of it taken off, but you just want a little. It's like maybe, you know, you might have too much paint on there, like right here. So I'll use my finger to take some of that paint off, to lift some of the paint that's right there. Because see how it's pillowing with water, so I'm lifting it with my finger. I'm always a little bit of a messy artist, because if my hands, my fingertips, anything, whatever works and it's gonna make the piece, I really don't care, I'll use it. Because you can always wash it off. Or it'll eventually come off if it's acrylic, right? So. Oil, on the other hand, sometimes it's not as forgiving. I don't want as hard of lines here, so I'm going in with the side of my brush, pushing down and pushing up to kind of get that hardness off of there. Here's the end product. I hope you like it. It really helped me. Come back and watch me paint sometime. If you have any questions or want to do one yourself and have questions, leave me a comment. I'd be glad to help.